hear the Christmas story. So first, there was a girl named Mary. I don't know what's her name. There was a woman named Mary who was engaged to a man named Joseph. And they were going to get married. Mary. Okay, once upon a time there was a girl named Mary. And then the angel came down and said, Mary, you're gonna have a baby. And she said, hey, I'm gonna have it.
A big, white, beautiful angel came and told Mary she was going to have a baby. And it was going to be the savior of the world.
And when Mary got pregnant with Jesus, Joseph didn't know why she was pregnant, so he called off the engagement quietly so no one would think bad of Mary. And then Joseph had a angel appear in his dream, and he said, "Don't be." And the angel said to Joseph, "Don't be afraid." In his dream, don't be afraid to take Mary as your wife. She is gonna have a baby boy named Jesus. And then he woke up and he did what the angel said. Later, the king wanted to count everyone in the town so he could tax them. So Joseph's old town was Bethlehem. So, and they traveled all the way to Bethlehem.
So Mary and Joseph were going to Bethlehem to pay their taxes. And it was time for the baby to come. So they went to hotel rooms to see if there were any of them open, but all of them were closed.
And she said, "Hey, there's no room for the baby." And then they didn't know where to stay because all of them were full. They just keep saying there was no room. There was no room in the inn. They had to stay in the barn. And when they were at Bethlehem, they had baby Jesus in the stable. Jesus, you sure that's Jesus? Jesus was born in a barn, and Jesus' mom was Mary, and his dad was Joseph.
So they went to the old barn with all the animals, and they had baby Jesus.
The donkey, and the sheep, and the cow, and half little bird. Mary had a baby and it put it in the manger. And this is Jesus! Jesus is born on a Christmas day. Later on, there were some shepherds herding their sheep. And then some angels came to some shepherds, and the angel said, "Don't be afraid. The Lord has came in a manger." And then they praised to God, and then they told everybody, and then they go to baby Jesus. And there were some magi, and they saw a star that suddenly appeared in the sky, and they followed it, and then they traveled to a castle where King Herod was, and they told him they were following the star to find the new king. And when he heard this, he told them to go and get the baby and let me worship him too. So the Magi went, but the king actually wanted to hurt the baby, and so there wasn't be another king.
And the white star led the three wise men to baby Jesus with the presents.
Christmas lights!
And the wise man bring them presents.
Wise man gave Jesus gifts.
One night, the wise men, while they were sleeping, a voice said, "Don't go to the king again. The king wants to do something to the baby." So they got up and go somewhere else away from the king. Magi traveled to follow the star, and they finally found baby Jesus. He was about 2 years old in his house, and they gave him gold, myrrh, and frankincense. Then they were going to travel back to the castle to tell the king about the baby, but then an angel came in to them in a dream, and they said, "Don't go back to King Herod because he actually wants to hurt the baby." And then Mary and Joseph could go back home. So they go back home, and then he was the Son of God. As a reindeer. And she was and baby Jesus was happy. And that's the end of the story. And